Hey, I'm bringing you updates regarding the situation on the world stage right now. So, my recorder did not work earlier. I recorded like a 10-minute video and it was corrupt. So, there's a lot going on right now. I can't show everything at the moment because I can't do a screen recording. So that is a bummer, but I'm managing. Right now, I did want to let everyone know that in Hawaii, according to the Strange Sounds Twitter page, Hawaii actually received two rare tornado warnings. So they had two rare tornadoes they have not seen since around 2008, which they said it's kind of odd because a lot of things are happening right now that we haven't seen since 2008. The storms of Tennessee that haven't happened since 2008, the storms in Hawaii we haven't seen since 2008, this financial collapse situation that we haven't seen since 2008, pandemics like we haven't seen since then, you name it. But the Senate apparently approves the coronavirus relief bill ensuring paid leave as workers are experiencing major setbacks. So the Senate is approving a coronavirus relief bill and paid leave. That is breaking news from Newsbreak, the Newsbreak app. NBC News is giving breaking news that the Senate House has approved a coronavirus aid bill for Trump's signature. Trump has invoked the defense protection. The Department of Defense has kicked in and signed a Defense Production Act in response to the coronavirus, according to ABC News. Americans, they said, should get two checks now under the Treasury Department property and from President Trump. So they are apparently planning on sending two checks out to every American, every American worker. I don't know about every American. They said if you're a household of three, you should get around a $1,426 check. If you're a household of five, you should receive around, I think it was a $2,006 check. That's what was stated by Newsbreak and by ABC News. Right now, according to ABC and MSNBC and Fox Business, the stock trading is halted again as S&P and the NASDAQ and Dow dropped. S&P went 500 and the NASDAQ and Dow went down majorly like we haven't seen since around 2008, erasing everything that President Trump has done good for the market. They actually had to halt all trading. They said if they hadn't halted trading again, the entire world's economy would have collapsed. That was according to NBC News and Lester Holt. President Trump invoking Defense Production Act right now, according to Fox News, to ensure private sectors remain okay, or at least give them a little bit of aid through this situation. Coronavirus live blog is going to be continuing for weeks. National Environmental Health Department doctor is going to be speaking tonight, according to Fox News. The coronavirus situation is impending, and White House Coronavirus Task Force is going to be speaking throughout the week, and that you can watch that live on YouTube. And Fox News reported about the Dow plunging 20,000 points, wiping out all Trump-era gains amid this crisis. So it wiped every single gain we had for this nation. Trump said the United States will close the border to Canada. I reported on that this morning. There will be no non-essential travel. Tennessee is going to open some places for testing, and they are going to do that. They've canceled every type of game, sports, everything like that, understandably so, during this crisis situation. One thing I will say, they've gone in and they've changed the bill for truckers. So truck drivers will not be affected by hours of service violations during this time. So they're looking to stop the hours of service violations, which is a good thing. It's going to fix everything on the computers. And California, apparently, according to one YouTuber who, Shadow Jago, I think is his name, he commented to me saying it is so darn cold over in California right now, which they said that's highly unusual. They've signed a coronavirus relief bill for Tennessee as well. The U.S. Senate has also approved House's coronavirus relief bill 90-8, setting measures to help the states. They've also given power over to the states to decide what they want to do for the people. Now, for the situation we're in, I hope it doesn't lead to something like what people have been talking about, and the panic the level of insanity that you see people creating. We don't need that. We just need to try to sort of ride the ascension waves out of this mess and try to focus on love and positivity toward each other and try to get ourselves through this. Because, I mean, as far as prophetically, the third temple hasn't been built yet. If it's physical, if that's literally, I really do think it's physical because they talk about sacrifice there. All of that has not taken place. Not every single prophecy has taken place. But you do see billions of locusts, and about to be trillions once they mate and multiply, spreading through Africa, Asia, and Europe right now, eating up many of the crops, and people over there stating, hey, our children will not live. We'll have no food if we don't do something. So they're thinking of using some pesticides on them and poisoning them, as well as they're working on something right now. The World Health Organization and the European Union got together and said, hey, we've got to come up with a situation we should have stopped these locusts ahead of time. People were driving and thinking, in the Middle East, they were saying, is that a cloud? And then they found out it was locusts. So they said it was like something out of biblical prophecy. So a lot of people are being pointed to various Bible verses right now. It's good that it's raising awareness of spirituality. But as we raise our vibrations, I think we can beat this until the true prophecy takes place. And until the Lord takes care of everything. But what's going on right now, yes, being frightened is not going to do any good for anyone. But I know Italy is going through a dire situation. No one's allowed to do anything over there. No one's allowed to. They've had funerals are being held digitally. No one can go to the funerals, even though 750 people in a day have died over there. It's just very tragic, according to the Twitter page results. The one positive thing out of this is that these groups have put aside their petty squabbles and differences and come together to unite for a common goal, to focus on the citizens and focus on focus on the help, focus on the cure. And they've had to work together and put aside their differences, the bipartisanship crap, put aside the differences in understanding or beliefs or whatever they hold, whatever they feel. They had to put aside those differences, work together, remove these stupid regulations for truckers for a period of time, the computer regulations, remove these differences in opinions internationally and work together for a cure, and unite for the citizens of planet Earth rather than focusing on just themselves and all of those rules and regulations they were working on. Now they have to focus internationally on the people and a crisis that has forced them to work together. We'll get through this. It's time to wake up. My link is below.